As far as I know, by about 1960, piecework framing in the western United States was turning into a big deal. Guys were paid by how much they produced, and the framing was everywhere, and so they wanted to get fast. The big obstacle, once skill saws were on board, was how to put the nails in quicker. This is a 12 penny. 16 pennies were about a half an inch longer with a little bigger head. How do we put those in a hurry? What they decided was they needed wax on their nails. What I've heard is that they figured out how to gas and wax their nails. We're going to do that. We're going to gas and wax a handful of these nails, and then at the end of the video we're going to test whether or not putting paraffin wax on a 12 penny common actually makes them go into the wood easier, and what it does about how easy they pull out. Let's see how it goes. Something tells me this is the right stuff. I'm not going snow skiing or water skiing, but it reduces friction. And that, my friends, is what the old timers needed to do. Here we go. That's probably about the right amount. The recipe is not specific. We're going to put, I don't know, maybe 3 cups of gasoline, unleaded, in the can. And we're going to find out if that will dissolve to 2 cubic inches of household wax, paraffin. It's getting dark. We don't have all day, and I'm hoping that this wax will dissolve fairly quickly, so I'm sort of shredding it. I'm rasping wax dust into the gas. Something tells me the old timers didn't do this. Maybe they would dissolve this at home the night before. All right, so it's cold out here. It's 38 degrees. We crushed it up. The dust is dissolved. It's all getting, this is dissolving, but slowly. See, it's getting soft, so time is not our, that's dissolving. We're gonna give it a few more minutes, and then we're just gonna light it and assume that petroleum is going to melt and burn and sublimate and then recondense on the nails. All right, we're gonna jump this up. We're very scientific around here. We have no idea the properties of any of the components. We have no idea how much time needs to go by. But like Cy Swan says, faint heart never won fair maiden. Here is the paraffin gas mixture. Bingo. Gas can safely 5 feet away. Skill saw safely 3 feet away. Let's do this. Dry my hands off. And showtime. All right. Those nails are definitely going to be black when this is done. Okay, it took about 45 minutes, but the wax all burned off. The gas all burned off with the wax in it. I shook out some of the nails. These nails are stuck to the bottom. I'm assuming that means that there's plenty of wax on those. We're going to use those, but I'll tell you what, I have learned that if you touch these things, you're going to get black. All right, so I think I'm ready with the test. We have 12 penny bright common, no coat, which are the same length and almost the same diameter as 16 penny vinyl coated sinkers, and the crazy old guy nails, the same 12 penny bright, no coat, except they're coated with gas and wax. So we're going to assume that the no coat are going to be hardest, that the vinyl will be in the middle, and that these will be easiest. Let's see how that works. Wow. Vinyl. 4. Gas. Easy 4. Let's see how those pull, and then we'll do it again. We're going to try to pull the no coat. Now this little bar is pretty much made for a finish nail. Wow. Wow. Don't break, but it won't come out. All right. I think I went into a knot. All right, if vinyl coated sinker. And now the gas and wax. That pulled just as hard as a vinyl coated sinker, maybe harder. Let's try this again. All right, next trial, hopefully the substrate will be uniform. No coat. 6 blows in, vinyl coated sinker. 4 blows in, gas and wax. 5 blows in. Let's see if we can pull that no coat this time. Oh, it came out, but it didn't wanna. Now the sinker. Definitely easier. Gas and wax. Still hard. So maybe if this was 1948 or 52 or whenever it was that vinyl coated sinkers showed up, just before that, maybe just to reduce the strain on your arm and the exhaustion at the end of the day, you would gas and wax your nails. And if you could perceive any benefit, you would just take the benefit and let your wife deal with washing the black off of everything. Maybe it's just mythology and 5 or 6 guys did it and the story just blew out of proportion. But I can tell you this, that I'm thankful for all the people who have experimented and developed different and better methods. Those are better. Are those as good as a pneumatic nail gun? Well, they're not as fast, but doggone it. There is something to be said for being able to drive a nail and having a nail that you're able to drive. Thanks for watching Essential Craftsman, and keep up the good work.